check engine light coming on going, beep, pride, beep, pride. Listen, expect nothing and be grateful for everything.
Hi, my name's Devon. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. Today I want to share something with you. This happened this week. I was with a good friend of mine, someone I've mentored, someone I've known for probably 15 plus years. And he's gone through a lot. He's a very driven person, very hardworking, very successful in his life. And we've had a great relationship over the years. These last couple years, he's had some bad things happen, and he's really been reevaluating his life. And he's really also been trying to change things. And like a lot of entrepreneurs, like a lot of people that are very driven, he is a perfectionist. I mean, he's hardworking. You know, he's got probably, 3.5% body fat. Everything he does to perfection. He's just, a take the hill kind of guy, and someone you admire, right? Someone you think this person has got it together, and he likes to project that, always dresses well. Just someone that you immediately, when you meet him, you respect him. Well, he was sharing with me that over this last year and a half, he's really been self-assessing, and he's really been trying to change things. And he realized that he struggled a lot with pride, and that pride was something in his life that he was like, Devon, I'm just tired of being prideful. I don't want to be prideful. And my pride comes out in all of these different ways. And he was really being very transparent with me. And we were having this really great conversation. And he was, a lot of great things have happened to him now. And he's really on this great track, but he's like so determined to like not ever be prideful again, and not let, some of the things that ways that he acted in the past ever come back again. And so he's kind of, I was joking with him. I'm like, you've kind of turned from this type A, driven person to like this hippie mentality. We were joking, we were laughing around. And I shared with him, I said, listen, I know what you're trying to do over here, but like, really there was nothing wrong with you being driven. There was nothing wrong kind of with your pursuit of excellence and perfection. I said, but you had this pride at the center, and you're dealing with that. And I said, I want you to understand something. I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with being proud. The problem is being prideful. And he said, wait, stop, say that again. I said, it's okay for you to be proud of the things that you've accomplished in your career. You should be proud of those things. But there's a huge difference of being proud of stuff and being prideful. I said, you should be proud of your family. I said, I'm proud of you. I said, you've done all of these things. Like, you should be proud, but there's a difference between being proud of things and being prideful. And he stopped and he paused and he said, I think I really understand what you're getting at, but how do I know? How do I keep the balance in check? Because I do want to be proud of my family, right? I do want to be proud of some of these accomplishments. I do want to be proud of the fact that I go to the gym every day and, I have 3.5% body fat. He's like, actually, he goes, yeah, maybe that is okay to be proud of. And he said, but how do I, how can I be proud of some of the things that I've done? How do I be proud of this triathlon that I did that was amazing? But how do I keep from being prideful? And I said, well, that's interesting because I've had those challenges in my own life. For me, in my own life, I've noticed that the scales have tipped from being, proud of things that are things you should be proud of to all of a sudden becoming a prideful person. And, kind of the check engine light that in my own life that comes on is when all of a sudden I start to have these expectations. And so a mentor of mine said, hey, Devon, you need to expect nothing and be grateful for everything. And so I was sharing this with my friend. I said, you can tell when the scales start to tip in the wrong way in pride, when all of a sudden you kind of have this housewives of Orange County mentality, right? Where you like walk into a restaurant, you treat people crappy and you're snappy at the waitress and you're like, this tofu isn't done the way that I would like it to expect it. And, or you're in first class and you're like, my seat doesn't go all the way back. Right. And we've all done this, right? Like we've had these like weird kind of like snotty expectations on the way that we should be treated, on the way that our life should be, on the way that everyone should act towards us, and these expectations of our life. And so for me, when I start to have expectations, I know, you know what, Devon, you've gotten prideful. You're about to get knocked down, right? And so I always come back and I was sharing this with my friend. I said, listen, expect nothing and be grateful for everything. And we just kind of had this transparent moment back and forth where we were sharing stories about when that's gotten out of whack in our life and when our pride has gotten in the way and when we've done things that have been like just totally full of expectation and something that should have been, someone should make fun of on reality TV, right? And we were sharing these funny stories about ourselves. And in each moment we were like, yeah, that's when we started to have these expectations and think that we were owed something, that we needed to be treated a certain way. And boom, it was just like, that's pride. That's this, check engine light coming on going, beep, pride, beep, pride, beep, pride, beep, pride. And I was like, that's how I've learned to avoid it. Expect nothing and be grateful for everything. And if you do that, all of a sudden you can look around in your life and go, you know what? I expect nothing. I'm so grateful for everything I've been given. And you know what? Actually, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my company. I'm proud of the team that I coach. I'm proud of my kids. I'm proud of my wife. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of, different things that have happened. But I don't expect or deserve any of this. I'm so grateful for all of it, but you can be grateful for something and proud of it at the same time. And so we had this great moment together. We were talking about it and I thought, you know what, this is something I need to share on the podcast because a lot of you right now have been very successful in your life and probably have a lot of things that you should be really proud of, but you probably also struggle with pride. And my challenge to you is if that's you and you're listening right now, listen, it's okay to be proud of what you've done. It's okay to be proud of accomplishments and things and people in your life and your family and be proud of some of the stuff that you've been graced with, right? But it's not because you're amazing, right? You've been blessed and you've had been given these gifts, and it's okay to be proud of those gifts. But when all of a sudden, when you're proud of them, you're also grateful for them. But when all of a sudden you have these expectations that's how your life ought to go, that's how you ought to be treated, that's how your world should be, then all of a sudden you're living in a prideful state of mind. I don't know if this is you, but I know that I personally have struggled with this over the years. And I know a lot of people that have been successful have struggled with it. And I don't ever want to be that person. I don't want to ever be someone that has expectations. I want to be someone who expects nothing and is grateful for everything. And that's my challenge to you. Expect nothing and be grateful for everything. I'm Devon, and this is Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast. And I hope this mindset helps you.